Now let's talk about what I call the dreaded salary question. Preparing for this is a little bit unique because this question is really part of a salary negotiation, which shouldn't happen until later, but it usually creeps up pretty early in the interview process when you may not be in a negotiating mindset just yet. And what that means is you have an opportunity to make a very big mistake with this question, and that mistake could cost you thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars. So let's take a look at the dreaded salary question, and I'll give you a way that you can answer it that allows you to continue making progress in your interview and building rapport with the recruiter or hiring manager while not disclosing information that could hurt you later on in the salary negotiation process. So here's the dreaded salary question, and you can see that it has two parts. The first part is, so where are you right now in terms of salary? So in other words, they're asking for your current salary. And the second part is, what are you looking for if you make this move? In other words, they're asking you for your desired salary if you were to get this job. And this seems like a really innocuous question. It doesn't seem like a big deal. Usually, when you're asked this question, you'll be in a mindset where you're just trying to move forward in the interview process or even just to begin the interview process. So you're not thinking about salary negotiation. You're thinking about getting closer to getting a job offer. You're thinking about impressing the company. You're thinking about making a good impression on the recruiter or the interviewer. And that's why you can be particularly vulnerable to giving an answer that could cause you problems later when you negotiate your salary. So let me give you an example of an answer that can help get through this question while continuing to build rapport and telling that story of how you can be a part of the company and add value without disclosing your current or desired salary. So we'll take this part by part. First, the current salary part of the question, and then the desired salary part of the question. So for the first half of the question, which is, so where are you right now in terms of salary? I think a good answer is something like, I'm not really comfortable sharing that information. I would prefer to focus on the value I can add to this company and not what I'm paid at my current job. So you're just indicating that you'd like to move forward, you'd like to focus on this opportunity and not your previous employment. And I think that's a good signal to send because it shows them that you're thinking about what's in front of you while not disclosing your current salary. The second half of the question is, and what are you looking for if you make this move? So they're asking you for your desired salary here. This answer is a little bit more nuanced, and I'll break it down for you. So I think a good answer is, I want this move to be a big step forward for me in terms of both responsibility and compensation. So there are three things I want to emphasize here. The first one is that you're saying that you want this move to be a big step forward. In other words, even though they've asked about your current employment or your previous employment, you're saying that you expect this job, if you get it, to be a big step forward for you. So you're going to separate yourself from that previous job and those previous responsibilities. And in fact, you want more responsibility. So that's the second thing to look at here is I want this to be a big step forward for me in terms of responsibility. So I want to take on more. I've learned new things. I've got more experience. I've been in the industry longer, and I want more responsibility. And that's why I'm talking to you at this company. And the third part is that you want this to be a big step forward in terms of compensation as well. So in addition to taking a big step forward from your previous job to taking on more responsibility to doing more things for this new company, you also want more compensation to compensate you for all the additional responsibility that you'll take on in those new skills that you've acquired. This two-part answer to the dreaded salary question is a great way to move the conversation forward to give an answer to the question without disclosing your current or desired salary. So the headline when you're preparing for the dreaded salary question is, don't divulge your salary numbers. Don't divulge your current salary or your desired salary if you were to get the job. And the answer that I've given you here is designed to help you avoid disclosing those numbers while also continuing to build rapport with the recruiter or hiring manager that you're talking to so that you can keep moving forward in the interview process and eventually get to the negotiation part of this process later on in good position to negotiate a maximum salary.